Yeah, I've been having fun here this morning. I had kind of an outline today I was gonna follow, but we're gonna go a little off script because something happened. I was telling Trey it's been a lot of fun, and I want to share it with people so everybody knows what I'm doing because I think this is going to get really interesting. Uh, just kind of landed in my lap, but we'll give it about 2 more minutes and then we'll get started. And it's a wonderful Saturday here in Iowa. Our temperatures have finally gotten fall-like. We're in the low 40s, so walking the dog this morning at 3:30 was a wee bit chilly. It's like,
Low four, we just hit like the upper 60s yet last night.
oh, you poor child.
That's a chill, man. They're like cold snap coming through, and it's like 65 degrees. Woo!
Oh, he's gloating now.
Yeah, we're just months away from that zero stuff, and that's when it's really rough to walk the dog. I've tried to teach him the treadmill, and there's no having
Oh
treadmill.
man. Well, I mean, I went to school in Boston for a while, so I mean, I've experienced some, whiteout storms and all that kind of stuff. So, been there.
Well, I put the email out yesterday. I don't know who's going to show up today, but we got 1 more minute, and then I want to start because it's getting fun. But yeah, it's chilly out here. We got winter coming. My son cut the grass and got all the leaves taken care of that we have so far. I'm a blessed man there. It's like, go son, take care of the stuff for dad. And he's going back to college in January, and I'm like, what am I gonna do about the snow removal in the yard? He's gone. So gonna have to hire somebody because I don't want to do it anymore.
I'm with you on that.
It's a lot of work. Why don't we get started? We're at 11:02, and I want to show a picture. Not everybody's my Facebook friend, but the other morning I walked into my room, and this is what I saw my dog doing. So I get the ring light out of there, hopefully. He's sitting at my desk in my chair in front of the microphone. And if you can see that, I walked in and saw that, and I put it on Facebook. And my niece, who lives in Texas, responded, I can't wait to hear Joe's podcasts or videos. I want to hear what he has to say. And I got the idea. I'm like, well, I'm going to make him a YouTube channel. So this morning, I built a YouTube channel. I am Joe. I have a bone to pick. And I'm going to do a video of him every week, a dog's point of view. I'm going to speak for him, have short little videos in there of what he does and the things that really drive me crazy about him. But it's always going to reference back to, and my dad owner has a business and you should check it out. So I'm going to build a subscriber base of watching my dog and watching the funny things I can do with the dog and lead him back to our business. I think I'll get some new people and a real good traction here because how to make money online videos on YouTube, Duncan, you know this, your subscriber base grows slowly, but if you have something that's a more entertainment, it should take off a much big thing because it's original content. So I'm going to take Joe and put him in his own YouTube channel. It's already built this morning. And the first video is going to be Joe, his first bone to pick is, dogs are people too. And he's going to give all the examples of why dogs are people. But at the end, he's going to talk about probiotics and why people take probiotics. So I'm going to tie the whole things into our product and into our business and bring people in that way. So I just thought it was an interesting thing. It just stumbled on me. And I thought, what a great idea. I'm going to do that. Another avenue to do what we're going to talk about today. And that's where I belong to a lot of Facebook groups. And I was in this one, and I kind of told Duncan about it. And there were some negative people in there. And they were putting in there, I joined a week ago, and this is one where they have a 14-day trial, and I'm coming up on my 14th day. I haven't made any money yet. I've been here 14 days. I sent out 3 ads. Another guy, I bought 100 clicks on a solo ad, and there were 3 of them, and they were all the same way, that I'm coming up on my 14 days. I haven't made any money. This is going to cost me more money next week when they charge me. What am I going to do? Why isn't this working? And it brought me down to the whole thing of, first off, they came in with the wrong expectation. They came in with the expectations that this is going to be, here comes the money rolling in, you just go ahead and do a little typing on your keyboard. Next thing you know, you've got a bank account full of money. And we all know that's not true. And it made me fall back to the fact that our business is a people business, but it's all about generating leads. It's not so much about generating money. If you come in with the aspect I'm gonna make a lot of money, you will in the long run, but you have to focus on what your initial job is, and that's to get your business going. And the only way you're going to get it going is by generating leads, which is why with the dog, it's going to generate more leads. Trey and Duncan working hard on these postcards. I'm getting really excited about that because it's another way to generate leads. We generate leads by generating traffic, some form. We draw people to our business. We get their name, their email, phone number, whatever. That's a lead. We generate leads. The more leads we can do in a day, the more our business will grow every day. So the goal we should have is to increase our leads. Now, if we're not getting a lot of leads, we need to evaluate our business and come here on Wednesday or Saturday and say, what can I do to generate more leads? Tyler was using a pretty sad looking capture page, and we got together and I made him a new capture page. He knows how to draw traffic because I've seen he had over 10,000 hits to his site. I'm like, you know how to get traffic. Let's just tweak this up, get your capture page, get your bridge page, and then get you to the main page and get your autoresponder going up. So we got that all set for him, so he's going to generate more leads. I don't know if anybody picked up this book, but I'm back in my the leadership book here, Straight Line Leadership. And I want to ask a question. I want to ask a question because I read this chapter. This book is just so cool. We all have wants and dreams, right? We all know we get started, we have this dream, we have this want, we're trying to get more, and we have it. And I gotta say, just take a minute and think about the things you want. And we think about those things. Maybe it's a house, maybe it's a car, maybe it's your kid's education, maybe it's an earlier retirement. I mean, this is the stuff you want. Now, let's just say, maybe you want your kids to clean the room, right? Or me, I want the dog to stop barking sometimes. He just drives me crazy with the barking and I want him to stop. These are wants. Well, if I stay in that position, wanting the dog to start barking, wanting to make more money online, but I don't take any action, that want, that dream no longer is a positive thing. It becomes negative because we're dwelling on it, but we're not doing anything about it. So you're wanting something, but it just doesn't come out of thin air. You have to do something. If I want the dog to stop barking, I literally have to get up and go over to him and make him sit down and come back to his normal state of mind instead of his anxiety he's got. So when we want something and we want to make money online, it's great to want, it's great to dream, but we have to get out of that state and take it to the next step, and that's to take action. And that is to start generating leads. And if we're not generating leads, we're never going to get to that want. We're never going to get to that next step because we're not producing anything to get us in that direction. So we need a dream. We need to know our why. We need to want what we want, but we have to come up with a plan on how to get there. And that's to generate leads. That's the first step we have to think about is I've got to generate leads because the more leads, the more people are going to look at it, the more people I can communicate with, the more they're going to do this with me. Duncan and Trey might have some new information on the postcards, which I'm really excited about because I think we're going to see a lot of good leads through this system. And the more of us that do it, the more leads we'll see, the more we'll grow. The dog thing, I think, is going to bring a lot of good leads in for me too. And Barbara, welcome to the meeting. You'll have to watch the replay. I mentioned the dog thing so you can see it. But that book, we got to want, we got to move, and we got to do. And it's action takers that change things. If you want your life to be something different, it's taking action and changing it. Now, we might do some things that are wrong or make mistakes, but that's why we come here, iron out what we're doing, fix our process, and then we generate more leads. And it's just a continuous, we get up to 10, 15, 20, 50 leads a day. You're going to see one person a day join your business. Because I generate probably about 50 good leads a week. And I'm if I really got serious, I could probably get one a week into the business. I did 3 this week. I want to get to where I'm the 1 a day type of thing. It's just a matter of just more of what I do. My postcard guys got any input on this today?
With the leads. I mean, yeah, you're right. You know, you definitely have to get it out there. Like you were saying, you need to have people that, you know, get this business out there. You can't just sit there and not do anything about it, not get any leads and expect it to be successful, you know. And it just, you know, blows me away where people, I see it right now. I have people splash pages that I've given them and built for them and all that stuff. And here it is a month later and they've got 4 hits to their splash page.
It was probably themselves checking it out.
You know, yeah, probably, or me making it for them. You know, I don't know, I don't know, but it's,
Yep.
but that's how it goes. But I see it. Yeah. And it's just, just put that little bit of effort in there.
And what happens is that vicious cycle, because when they don't get the leads, they start thinking there's something wrong with the system or with the page, and they see something shiny, and then they click on that shiny object, and then they join that, and it hurts them more because now they spend more money to join something else, and then they do the same thing again, and it's over and over again. This business that we have here is probably the best one because of the price point and the compensation plan. It's not as flashy as some of the other stuff, but I'd rather have real than flashy. And people who don't take action tend to just bounce from thing to thing to thing. And I mean, then there's the people that are just junkies. They want to be in everything, and you've got to rein them in and say, listen, you can't do everything, because if you can't do one, if you can't generate income doing one opportunity, you're definitely not going to generate income doing 5 opportunities. And I've had to tell people that. I'm like, well, okay, you've got multiple streams of income. How much are each one making? And they're like, well, I'm still working on this one. I'm like, then put the other ones off. Pick one, stick with it until you can get your process down. Once you know you can create leads, then if you want to add other opportunities, that's fine, because now you know you can generate leads to get those conversions. So that's kind of where I was going today. And we can get creative how we generate leads. And I think I might be on something today, and I'm hoping that works out. Trey, I know those postcards, your system, you've proven it. Your system will generate leads, and it'll work. So there's one outstanding one. I know the Safeless traffic exchanges work, but it's a lot of work, but they do work. Solo ads, I try to steer people away from those because they work for a lot of leads, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're just going to have a big list of people that don't respond to you. You really got to take your time before you jump into some paid advertising like that. Pay per click. I know Adam used it and it works. So if you want to follow his tutelage, you can do that. I still haven't. I'm just going too much on the plate to even try it. I keep saying I'm going to do it, but it's just too much. But I'm open the floor for anybody else that has any input this morning.
Right. I wanted to acknowledge Trey. I mean, he's done a lot of work that without him, we wouldn't be where we are right now, for sure. He's built the bridge page that like I was working with Tracy today, getting her autoresponder set up, and actually figured out how to, on that bridge page you have, Trey, that says that has the video on there. Well, I figured out how to get rid of that little circle.
Okay, good.
So I got rid of that little circle, and underneath it, I linked it. Click here to view the video, and it brings up the video on another page. But that page that you have that has gives the information, shows that video, all that stuff. That's definitely what Trey did. As far as the page goes. Now I'll tell you, Trey, there's another video I saw. I don't know. I don't remember where I came across it, but it was on that page, and it was another video below, and it was of you kind of talking about the postcards or something.
Right. Yeah, that was the initial page I created, my personal page I was using to test for my team members. But I wanted to keep everything uniform for the team page and just focus on kind of gearing people towards that Simply 50 message. So it wasn't on that page because I want us to have a generic message that everybody can kind of adapt to. But anybody that wants to personalize, I was getting ready to echo what Bob is saying here. Anybody that kind of wants to personalize things for their new members, and then more importantly, find a way to connect with them, you'll do better, because I've had to do just what he's saying. It's kind of reconditioning people to making the money right away versus building a long-term business and trying to do something small consistently so that it can grow and become something that you don't have to do as much once you get it going. So those are that video you saw are kind of things to set people up for the long-term vision of where we're going versus the immediate quick few dollars that you can get.
Right. And I was telling Tracy that the Just Do Postcards website is totally different. It is such focused right on the postcards, and then eventually that's what everything's gonna change into, is that. And then, however we expand that page.
Yeah.
So, hey, Barbara, did you get the postcards?
Yes, I did finally. And
Okay.
long story short, right after I got them, I pulled the sciatic nerve in my back and it went all the way down my right leg. So I have been bedbound most of this time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I've just now managed to come downstairs, get some stuff done, and make it to this meeting since I missed Wednesday meeting.
Oh man.
So I'm slowly getting better, but I've had this problem for 3 different times. And this time is the absolute worst. I don't wish this pain on anybody.
Right. Well, whenever you whenever you are able to mail them, let me know that they went out so that
Okay.
I can kind of, base, X amount of days or whatever can go by, and I can kind of be, okay, well, if you mailed them out, yeah, I give it usually 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 days. That's
Yeah.
kind of about it. And then I would look for some kind of, if someone calls on the 800 number, then that's fine. Then I would tell you to also look for opt-ins in your office also from the
Okay.
postcards.
Because it's going to be, I won't be getting out until I can get in my truck. I barely can walk now with a 2-inch walking stick that I made long time ago out of a tree limb somebody was throwing away. I mean, I made my own walking stick. So whenever I can get in my truck and drive, post office is the first place I'm going. Get the stamps.
Well, I did like what Trey said. I heard that word consistent when he said getting people consistent, and boy, Duncan and I preach that, consistent and persistent.
Yep.
And just
For
stick it
sure.
out. I have a new gentleman, Rod, out of West Virginia. I was hoping he'd be here today. Again, if you really want your business to work, thank you, Barbara, for showing up and going through the pain to get here. This is one of the places you need to be if you want
Like
to
I
build
say,
your
I'm
business.
sticking with it.
But one of the things I did to bring him into the business, we were talking. He didn't want to talk on the phone, so we were actually texting and chatting that way. And he was very interested in the business, and he was looking for a way where he could do something without having to really go through online and do video. And we talked about the postcards. And then I said, well, how about if I send you 100 free? I mean, I'll send you 100 postcards. That was what did it. He goes, well, if you're willing to work with me and send me 100 to get started, I'm in. And he joined well step by step. He's not here today. Duncan, I don't have those postcards yet, but I'm thinking they'll be here today. And I'm looking because I'm just going to split him, send him his 100, take my 100, and get him out this weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
We'll get going.
when we get off I'll check and see what my tracking says about him.
That's fine. I'm not worried about it. I mean, I'm just excited to get here. The other thing is I did find a lead list and I'm trying for peel and stick labels, but there are things you can do when you connect with somebody. When you have a lead and they're sitting on the fence, one of the things you can do is do more than anybody else would do for them. I always say, if you give, you'll get it back. So if they're on the fence, I mean, you can just, I'm going to send a guy 100 postcards. I'll even send them the leads to peel and sticks to put on it, because I want to help him get off to the best start he can, because he's important to me and I want all of us to succeed. So if you do more than the other people online are willing to do, you're going to have more success than the other people online are willing to do. And I mean, I heard Duncan setting up an autoresponder. Trey's helping set everything up for us. I'm helping Tyler. We're all out there helping other people, which is why our group is growing. If you're the type of person that somebody signs up and you never make contact to them, you can expect them to be gone pretty quick, because they don't know what they're doing. First off, most people online are just doing the same over and over and thinking they got to find the right program. So we need to connect with them and tell them it's not the program, it's how we do it. And as a team, we're going to get there a lot quicker. So I just wanted to echo all that and whatever.
Right. Bob, and you're saying something about, someone joining and that not being in contact with, as far as I look at it, like, to me, there's no reason why anybody who joins, we see everybody who joins, and if that person who's their sponsor, if that person doesn't, get in touch with them or do what they're supposed to be doing as their sponsor, then to me, I'm by all means, when I see someone join, I usually go to that person's website, look at their email address, and contact them and say, hey, I'm affiliated with Team Synergy. I'm a team leader. Please, if you have any questions, contact me, blah, blah, that kind of stuff. Because I mean, again, you put your faith in someone else, you know, and there's, as I said, in this business, there's few people in this team that I put my faith in, that I know they're going to do what they need to do. But then everybody else, I can't say, oh, I know they're going to do what they need to do, you know? So
The good thing about what we have here, though, is we have a good product. So a lot of people are
Yeah.
going to stick around because they're taking the product and like the product. So if you have a good product, your retention rate is going to be a lot better. And that we have is, which is another reason why this is, I think, the best opportunity. Because if you're these other opportunities out there, if all they have is some training, you know, the rehash, the whole, we have the training on how to do this type of marketing, they don't stick long because there's no reason to stay there, especially if they don't have any success. But if you're taking a product that you like for your health and it's the price point is really good, which we have, they're going to stay just for the product. And I have customers that are here just for
Right.
the product. And it's awesome to know our retention is going to be a lot higher because we have the product. And then you add in the team for those that really want to get serious. We have a great solid foundation and we're growing. I mean, it's just going to get more and more fun every week.
I got a question for either Bob or Duncan or both of you guys. I know both of y'all use SafeList, and that's great. Now, I am in the process of getting rid of all, I was a SafeList junkie. Sorry, I had way too many lists. I'm getting rid of a lot of them that are not producing any good things. So your list, whether you're free or paid, is it better to advertise in the ones you are paid members in, or does it make a difference?
The paid ones allow me to do more advertising. Typically, I get the free credits every month, or you know, they allow you to do more often type of thing. Doesn't mean it's a better list. Really kind of have to track it. And that's I think I did that thing on where I use Hits Connect and I track where my opt-ins are coming in from, because I like not to know where just the clicks are coming from, but I want to know where the actual leads come from, because I can send to one list, and I've seen this happen, where I get like 200 clicks, but I had no opt-ins. But then I sent to another list and I had about 50 clicks, but I had 2 opt-ins. So I got 2 leads out of the list that really didn't look like it was working. And if I didn't track my opt-ins, I would be putting all my efforts on the one that was giving me 200 clicks. So like, man, look at all the people I'm looking at my site. But I like to watch those opt-ins. And that, I think that's a hard thing for people to do. It's not well taught out there. People teach how to track how much traffic's going to a site. And I did that thing, and I use Hits Connect. I'm trying a couple others to see if I can actually find some free ways to track opt-ins, because man, that's really where the meat hit, where you can streamline your marketing down. Because there are some, there's just bots out there that are looking at stuff, and if you can actually track where the leads come from that you connect with, that's a far better list anytime. So I don't go just by volume. I try to see where my opt-ins are coming from, and that is a hard thing to do, though, to see where they're coming from.
Right, because I was talking to Tracy about that today, where you know you can join a safe list, and I came across a safe list and I joined it. It was a newer safe list, and I looked at it and it said you can send 400 credits every 6 or 7 days. And I'm like, that is ridiculous. You don't want that. You know, if all the safe list is going to offer you is 400 credits to send, then if they're not letting you do it like every day or every other day, I wouldn't waste my time. I wouldn't waste my time with it, because there's so many other safe lists out there that are going to offer you 1,500 credits every 2 days. I know that that State of the Art Mailer, you can do 3,000 credits every 3 days. I mean, you know, that's kind of what you want. You want a safe list that's going to give you some kind, even though it's free, it's some kind of a little bit of a benefit where, you know, you can send a decent amount of credits out. That's kind of, you know, like European safe list. It's a large safe list. You can send decent amount of credits out with it, for sure.
Okay, this is something, hang on, Bob, just a minute, please. This is something I did, and I figure this is wrong now with the results I haven't been getting. New safe list will come out and they would give you a free membership, not a pro, but a JV or something, if you sign up. And stupid me, I jumped them all. So I'm paying for it, but I'm getting rid of them too. So those are not good lists to do, right?
Well, because you go on there, I mean, it's not that it's bad, but you know, you're getting on board a brand new safe list. I mean, I'm telling you, the
Yeah,
safe
but the
list that
number
I
count
use,
hasn't grown.
right, but the safe lists that I use I go by Alexa ratings of what safe lists are popular throughout the internet. Through the internet, what safe lists are getting traffic? That's the important thing. What safe lists are getting traffic? I
Never
mean,
thought of that.
yeah, so that's, and I know like List Hoopla is a decent one, and it's basically giving you, I don't know, the top 20 safe lists that it's ranking, and and people vote on it. People vote on the safe lists and which ones they are using and that kind of stuff. And to me, that means a lot, as opposed to going out to a safe list that, you know, that just started and, you know, it is just in the beginning stages. I
I
mean,
will-
those I don't put much faith in those until they've been around for a while.
Now,
Bob, I
depending,
mean,
I have joined some new safe lists, the one recently, but it depends on who the owner is.
true.
Yeah,
There-
that has a
there's a-
lot to do with it.
There's a lady, Mary, her
Mary, yeah,
lists
I know
always
Mary.
do well. So and when she comes out with a new list, she really has a discount lifetime membership. And I'll take advantage of it because I know the list, because she'll put in referral frenzy. I know that list will grow and I get in there quickly because I like to be the lifetime member. But again, it all comes down to testing, and if you can test where
Right.
the opt-ins come from, I mean, that's the bread and butter where the leads come
Right.
from. I mean,
Right, and
but again,
another,
a new person, I recommend they stick with the bigger ones, the new ones like Hercules, state-of-the-art mailer, the ones that have been around for a long time with a huge base, because you will get your opt-ins. You will
Right.
get them.
and another way, Bob, you know, I mean, I know you know this, to get opt-ins too, without actually like having to pay for a service is, I mean, it's a little more tedious, a little more work, but you actually make different splash pages and you code them to each different safe list. So if you're running 5 safe lists, then you have five different splash pages that you use, and you know that
Yep.
that X, you know, splash page came from X safe list. And if you get an opt-in from there and you get a conversion, then you know that came from there. You
Yeah.
know,
But yeah, you want to work the best. You take your best ones and see how many you can work, and you work the ones that you think are your best. And if you're
Right.
not getting results, move a couple out, move a couple in, and it's all testing.
right. Now, you know,
just-
you were saying the thing
Don't-
about Mary, you were saying about Mary, about her
Mary
safe
Ann
list and stuff
Myers,
like that.
yeah. Yeah.
Now, my thing is like, don't you run into that situation where, okay, how many safe lists does Mary have? How many?
I don't even
A
know.
lot.
So many.
A lot of them. So
Yeah.
my thing is like, okay, so fine. What if you join 3 or 4 of them? Don't you think that the majority of the people that are on those three or 4 are on the other 50 that she's got too?
As long as I'm getting opt-ins, I'm okay with it. Because
Right.
you and I have talked. Because like, there's one site, Click Voyager. You do real well with it,
Right.
and I don't do well with it. And we've used the same capture
I
page.
know.
And I'm like, I don't know why. That's why everybody has to test their own stuff, because I don't have good results with Click Voyager, but you do. Where I have great results with Leads, Leap, and Traffic Ad Bar. And it's like, so you just got to kind of test and just
Right.
keep
And
trying.
you know, and the thing is like, you know, like I'm not a Hercules fan. I've never, it's just like that. Hercules is huge. And I have just never, you know, succeeded with Hercules. I don't know why.
And I like them.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, question for both you guys, and Trey too, if you're into a safe list, or Tracy, whoever. Anytime we see what we consider a good ad, whether you guys send it or someone else sends it for team synergy, should we try and do an ad similar in our own wording like that, or don't do?
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
what
I would
I
say,
get-
yeah, I continually have a list of like subject, like I've sent to many people. I have a list of subject lines
Yeah,
and a list
I've got
of
it.
messages. Well, I continually add to that list of messages. You know, I'll be like,
Oh,
oh, that's pretty
okay.
cool. If it, like, you know, if I'm sitting there rolling, you know, scrolling through the credits or whatever, and I see a catchy subject line, I'm adding that to my stuff.
But
And
don't
the
word it word for word like they have it, right?
Right. Don't put it word for
No.
word.
Okay,
no.
that's what
I won't plagiarize, but if like
There you
Duncan says, subject lines, I'll change a few wording around.
Oh,
But
yeah.
by golly, I do. If I see something I like, I use. Same with a capture page. If I see a capture page out there, I do a screenshot of it, and then I go make something similar, not copy it, but I'll make something similar font, similar color, you know, change the wording around, and I'll test that, because I'm not the most creative person for creating pages. So if I see a good one, yeah, I want to save it and say, okay, now I got a template to go by. Let me change it up and make it my own. That's the same with emails. Make them your own. If you see something you like, make it your own, because I'm not a copywriter, but there's some good ones out there. And when you see it, go ahead and take it, copy it, and then edit it and make it your own. Change it up. Same with your autoresponder. I mean, if you read the emails you get and you like what you're getting, make your autoresponder flow similar to it, but don't copy. You shouldn't copy other people's work, so you just kind of change it up a bit and make it your own. But yeah.
What I've heard, some of the safe list that, have y'all heard of Secret of the Big Dogs? There's a guy who advertises that, and he's doing very, very good. And I have talked to him through email. And many times all he does, he uses the same exact ad in different safe lists. All he's done is change the subject line to be something different. Is that a good suggestion? Same ad, different subject line, different safe list.
Yeah, people are going to open it. And truth be told, most safe lists, people are clicking for credits. A lot of people don't read those emails. They get in there.
Exactly.
I can say, I think out of all the safe list emails I get, maybe one or two I've read over the years, but most of the time I'm just scrolling down to the link, clicking the link, and it's a capture page I look at. And that's
the shorter the ad, the better.
I typically try to keep them short because I know no one's going to read a long email.
They're just going for the credit link. That's it.
I mean, I don't know. I've had, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of like on the fence about that because I mean, I've done both. I've had a longer ad, which I've gotten opt-ins from, and I've had shorter ads, which I've gotten opt-ins from. It just all depends on the mood really of the people at that time. You know, if they're reading something a little longer and it catches their interest, then they're going to read, or maybe there's like, maybe they're not interested in reading something long. And it's, you know, I would definitely do it both ways. I would have maybe a shorter one I'd send every now and then, and a longer one I'd send every now and then, and see which one, you know, gets it, which one does it for you.
Well, I'm playing with all of this stuff I've talked about with you guys. And the thing that I'm coming down on is what you said, Bob, about splash pages that you like. I've got a list going of ones that I like the design of them, some of the words and terminologies they use. And yours has been coming up a lot, but not just for you, for other members. They're using the same exact splash page. Whether it's through you or not, I don't know.
I've only got a couple people that I know that are using what I'm using, so it's
that one that changes the colors.
I will say he's probably one of the best I've seen at Safe List, so I know he's using what I use, and he's got it everywhere. So Tyler knows those Safe Lists, and he works them hard. I mean, he's 10, 20,000 hits all the time. I'm like, he really works it. So.
Well, I'm a Safe List junkie, so I'm not giving up my list yet, but I'm giving up a lot of them.
Right.
Any
So
other?
how many safe lists do you have, Barbara, right now?
Oh, gosh. I'm looking at a list here that's at least 50 or more.
Woo. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I say, many of them I jumped on right away to get that free membership to be able to earn credits monthly and stuff. And I keep a membership count of how it's been growing. If I signed up 3 months ago and it's only picked up 5 members, time to get rid of it.
Right. Another thing too, I'll tell you, Barbara, when you look at a safe list, you know, sometimes just the safe list back office itself offers a little bit more than some other safe lists do.
Exactly.
One of my key things that I look for is that a safe list that actually shows you the percentage of clicks that you got on your certain ad. Some of them do that. Some of them don't do that.
Exactly.
I kind of go more towards the ones that do that. So I can go on there and I can say, oh, look, I know I sent out 1,000 emails. I mean, I sent out 1,000 messages and it got a 6% click-through ratio. Or I sent out 1,000 messages and I got 0% click-through. You know, I'm like, okay, you know, what's going on? Why did I get 0? You know, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of something you need to look for when you.
Well, I'm trying to trim it down better. Yeah. I think I'm getting a step forward as long as my body will take the step behind me.
I'm probably a member of well over 100 safe lists,
oh,
and I don't use them all. The ones that usually go away first are the ones that give you 3 credits per click because I don't get enough credits to send. So it's like, I got like probably about 10 or 20 that are my usual that I send to every day. Right. Traffic Exchange, I got about 5 of those that I do every day, and it's just kind of find the ones you like and stick to them, and I kind of go from there. And I'll test some new ones and stuff like that, and I'll go through my list, and about once a month I'll go through the list and try some ones that I have out there. I never get rid of the membership, I keep them there. I mean, I'll go back and see if I've got any credits and send them when I have time and just got time to
Yeah.
spare, but we're getting kind of long here. I'm gonna kind of get ready to close this unless we have any other questions. And I'm
I
gonna
just have a
stop.
quick question.
Yes.
How many do you try to work at one time? Like I'm in the process of slowly building up, trying to really understand how to optimize each one of them. How many do you usually work once you become familiar with them?
I'd say, well, traffic exchanges, I work 5 regular every day, 5 traffic
Okay.
exchanges. Safe list, I'm working anywhere from 20 to 30. But I use a referral frenzy, and it's an automated system that I can go in and just hit send, and it'll send all the safe lists I'm a member of, and that's that Mary Lady's got a lot of those. But I've got a good mixer. I'd say I do 20 to 30 almost every day on the safe list. But
Okay.
as I do more videos and I do more Facebook, that kind of tends to take a back seat to me, because the leads I get from attraction marketing, where people are finding me on YouTube or finding me on Facebook, are far better than the safe list crowd. Safe list crowd got me started, and I'll never stop doing it because it works. But I have found if I can do something on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, it's a far better connection because they're finding me and getting to know me. And I think the postcards are going to have that sort of
Right.
relationship where I'm so excited about those, because it's going to be a better form of communication, because we give them more information than just clicking for credits.
Right. And Tracy too, you just don't want to overwhelm yourself.
Right.
Just add them slowly. If you could, honestly, if you can do 6 or 7 safe lists consistently, then as opposed to having 20 and you're sitting there sporadically going here and going there, I would definitely stick with a 6 or 7 that you're going to be able to do that religiously as often as you can. That's
Okay.
what that's how I would approach it. You just don't overwhelm yourself. You
And
don't want
I
to do
would
that.
I would base it on time, how much
Yeah.
time you have each day, and maybe you want
Right.
to do these ones this day, these ones the next day, and rotate each day, because you
Right.
don't want to get overwhelmed where you're trying to put in 6, 8 hours a day on safe lists.
No.
I have a 2-hour routine every morning where I go through, but I'm such an early person, I have the time for it. But I have a 2-hour routine that I get up and I get things done before my day starts. So I've got that done. And part of what that does for me, when I knock it out in the morning, the rest of the day I feel good because I know I've already got that done. So for me,
Right.
morning works because I'm an accomplishment guy. I got that done, and then I feel better all day because I got it done. So
Yeah,
it
Tracy,
works
I
for
can
me.
call you and we can talk more about it.
Okay. And I have another quick question too. You brought up YouTube. Is there a way that we can utilize YouTube without being on camera?
Well, I'm gonna do that with my dog. I mean, I'm gonna have my dog's got a YouTube. It won't be me on there. It'll be some clips of him and a lot of pictures of him through my YouTube. It'll be my voice, but you can do things where you just do demos and stuff and have the screenshot of the company up there or something and talk in the background. Almost like a podcast, but just put some images up instead. But yeah, you don't have to put your face on there.
No.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
I'm gonna hit the stop recording button and wish you all a happy